when you look back at last year, I mean, maybe from more of a negative standpoint, if you will, I mean, are there, regrets or things you might have done differently? I don't mean you personally, but as a company, I mean, I today did my year-end review. No, I mean, there are always pluses and minuses to any year. I mean, are there anything like that sticks out for you? I mean, I just to see it. I mean, I think of the way that Microsoft really aggressively pushed Windows 10 might have been scaled back a little bit, for example. I mean,
totally.
Anything like that for you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a super long list. As we talked about last year, there was plenty last year, and there's of course plenty this year. We're always trying to sort of push the envelope, and sometimes we do it well, and sometimes we make mistakes. But for me, I mean, a couple of things. Just the most obvious one, the selling off of the feature phone business and the need to do that, and sort of where we are on phones is obviously a very, very tough place. And so when you think of 2016, that'll be something that we've all inside the company anyways, particularly at the senior leadership team, that is I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to hang up. Hold on one second.
It's probably the senior leadership team on the line.
It is. Discuss phones on the podcast.
Chris, we hear you about to talk about something.
Exactly right. Yeah. I think so. First of all, the phone business and selling off the feature phone business would be I think it was the right decision for us, but a very, very hard decision. And along with that comes the 1 billion device sort of reset that we had to do. You know what I'm going to do?
No, Chris, this is Frank Shaw. I want to talk to you now.
I'm going to do something more technical, which would be to unplug the phone from the wall. There, you can ring somewhere else in the house and not. And then if it really is Frank, my wife can come running in and say, stop talking. Anyways. The billion device reset was sort of another one where, we're really proud of over 400 million people using Windows 10, but with the phone situation, such a big portion of the billion was gonna come there. And then the last one for me, from a purely a marketing or branding perspective, is what Paul alluded to, which essentially was for me getting too aggressive in pushing out the Windows 10 free upgrade. And we know we want people to be running Windows 10 from a security perspective, et cetera. But finding that right balance where you're not stepping over the line of being too aggressive is something we tried. And for a lot of the year, I think we got it right. But there was one particular moment in particular where, the red X in the dialog box, which typically means, cancel, didn't mean cancel. And within a couple of hours, of that hitting the world, we, with the listening systems we have, we knew that we had gone too far. And then, of course, it takes us some time to roll out the update that changed that behavior. And those 2 weeks, were pretty painful and clearly a low light for us. We learned a lot from it, obviously. But I think if I were to call out 2 or 3, those would be them. But there are plenty more.